United States. Gipsy Danger. Gipsy Danger is the legendary Mark III Jaeger that defined the American line of resistance during the early Kaiju War. Powered by a nuclear reactor and built with detachable con-pod tech, Gipsy's defensive design included shoulder flaps to guard its neck and head. Armed with twin I-19 plasma casters and elbow rockets, it could wound and cauterize Kaiju flesh, stopping the spread of Kaiju Blue. Its rear jets gave it a limited speed boost, helping it to charge into battle like a warhorse with some real firepower. But before we count every country's Pacific Rim Jaeger, a real quick ask that if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to hit that subscribe button now. It's one small click for you, but a huge deal for us. Thanks. Romeo Blue. Romeo Blue is a Mark I Jaeger and among the earliest American defenders after Brawler Yukon. Powered by a nuclear reactor, this machine specialized in long-range warfare. Its signature Gatling chest allowed it to unleash rapid, continuous fire on approaching Kaiju from a safe distance. Known for its move Tracheal Break, Romeo Blue was a direct and aggressive presence in combat, proving that brute firepower could make up for early-generation Jaeger limitations. Mammoth Apostle. Mammoth Apostle, a Mark IV powerhouse, stood tall at the Los Angeles Shatterdome until 2024. Fitted with jackhammer arms and dual shoulder-mounted incendiary burners, Apostle was built for brute suppression and counterattacks. In its final battle, it deployed with striker Eureka in Kuching, Malaysia, and although it was destroyed mid-fight, its remains were salvaged post-victory. Its flamethrower-style burners were particularly useful in disengaging Kaiju that latched onto its frame, burning away threats up close. Gipsy Avenger. Gipsy Avenger is a sleek Mark VI tribute to its predecessor, Gipsy Danger. Revamped for modern warfare, it featured the Plasmacaster 2.0, Chain Sword 2.0, and Elbow Rocket 2.0, later enhanced with dual plasma chainsaws from Obsidian Fury. With its sharper, fighter jet-inspired frame and modular missile systems that broke into smaller warheads, Gipsy Avenger was designed to be faster, smarter, and deadlier. Stationed at the Moyulan Shatterdome, it represented the new face of Jaeger evolution. November Ajax. November Ajax, a towering Mark VI Jaeger, functioned more like an enforcer than a frontliner. With a police-like blue color scheme and militarized build, it patrolled Santa Monica to deter and eliminate rogue civilian-built Jaegers. At 259 feet tall, its presence was as intimidating as its surveillance systems were effective. Known for its encounter with Scrapper, November Ajax enforced the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps' authority with swift and lawful precision. Titan Redeemer. Built around the mighty M19 Morningstar, Titan Redeemer is a Mark VI Jaeger meant for frontline punishment. With its upper frame bulked up to balance the weapon's weight, this machine was the hammer in Earth's defense. Its battle-worn green coloring invoked military legacy while fighting with raw kinetic force. During the Kaiju Jaeger hybrid attack, Titan Redeemer held the line until a swarm missile assault shattered its knee and shin, bringing the Great Titan to its knees. Guardian Bravo. Guardian Bravo is a Mark VI Jaeger designed for mobility and precision. Painted in red and white and built with F-16 jet influences, it features burst foils for swift aerial boosts. Its main weapon, the Elect 16 Whip, offered a versatile long-range strike and crowd control, modeled on Gipsy Danger's iconic chain sword. During the 2035 re-emergence of the Kaiju, Guardian Bravo's agility and electric strikes made it a key player in repelling the invasion with finesse and flair. Valor Omega. Valor Omega is a Mark VI Jaeger stationed at Moyulan Shatterdome before its destruction in 2035. Operating as an emergency response unit, its main strength was a firepower barrage known as the 21-gun salute. A formation of high-intensity cannon blasts, its Vulc 9 torso core ensured sustained power, while its reinforced shock suspender legs allowed it to maintain balance during uneven terrain evacuations. When chaos struck, Valor Omega was there to clear paths and hold ground. Murder Witch. Murder Witch is a fearsome Mark VI Jaeger known for its dual back-mounted cannons and brutal close combat specialization. Built for multi-target engagement, it excelled in melee clashes and surprise blitzes. During the hybrid drone invasion on Moyulan Shatterdome, Murder Witch fought alongside Valor Omega to protect their officers. Both Jaegers were destroyed in the fierce battle, but not before leaving a trail of damaged enemies behind, a legacy of rage and defense etched into Jaeger history. Hydra Corinthian. Hydra Corinthian is a Mark IV American Jaeger piloted by Kennedy LaRue and Stephanie Lanphier. Originally stationed at Panama City Shatterdome, it was later relocated after the base's closure in 2024. Though its exact combat loadout remains mostly classified, Hydra Corinthian represented the United States' continued investment in fourth-generation Jaeger technology. Its enduring presence in multiple regions suggests a versatile and adaptable frame, ready for midfield defense and team-based combat strategy. Saber Athena. Saber Athena is a Mark VII experimental marvel, designed with an ultralight frame and high-tensile muscle strands. Its acrobatic agility allows it to leap and dodge with unmatched grace, while its twin iconic blades mounted on its back can be combined into a massive single sword for heavier blows. Complemented by an N16 particle charger and built-in propulsion jets, Saber Athena is the fastest Jaeger on record, channeling the energy of a Lamborghini with the precision of a blade dancer. Russia. Cherno Alpha. From Russia comes one of the most formidable powerhouses of the early Jaeger era. Cherno Alpha, a towering Mark I juggernaut piloted by the iconic husband-wife duo Sasha and Alexis Kaidanovsky. The last of its class and the oldest Jaeger still operational before its destruction in 2025, Cherno Alpha stood as a symbol of brute strength and unshakable defense. Built like a walking fortress, Cherno Alpha was one of the heaviest and best armored Jaegers in the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps roster, sacrificing speed for raw resilience. Its towering frame matched the height of Coyote Tango, making it one of the tallest in the Mark I lineup. With a design heavily inspired by classic Russian military aesthetics and tank-like durability, Cherno was engineered to take a beating and keep moving, slowly but with unstoppable force. China. Crimson Typhoon. From China rises Crimson Typhoon, a striking Mark IV Jaeger that stood as Hong Kong's first line of defense. Piloted by the synchronized Tang triplets Wei, Hu, and Jin, Crimson was the only known Jaeger to operate with 3 pilots, allowing it an unparalleled combat rhythm. The Jaeger's third arm gave it exceptional agility and offensive reach, and with a titanium core and 50 diesel engines per muscle strand, it was engineered for raw, sustained power. Its signature move, the Thundercloud formation, showcased its deadly martial arts finesse, honed by the triplets' unified precision, until its fall in 2025 after defending against 7 kaiju assaults. Shaolin Rogue. Also from China, Shaolin Rogue, a Mark III Jaeger, was stationed alongside Crimson Typhoon and Horizon Brave at the Hong Kong Shatterdome. Though less famous, Shaolin Rogue contributed valiantly to the war effort before being destroyed in battle. Its legacy carried silently among the fallen steel giants. Japan. Coyote Tango. From Japan comes the vintage war machine Coyote Tango, a Mark I Jaeger launched in late 2015. With its battleship-inspired build and Cobra-style aesthetics, Coyote Tango balanced sleek mobility with long-range lethality. Armed with twin ballistic mortar cannons, its light armor allowed it to swiftly maneuver through enemy attacks, making it one of the most agile relics of the early Jaeger era. Tacit Ronin. Launched just 2 weeks before Tango, Tacit Ronin was Japan's first Mark I Jaeger and the original blade wielder of the East. Powered by a nuclear core, it combines speed with close combat deadliness. Its fang blades slicing through kaiju at close quarters while torso-mounted cannons provided backup fire. With a kill count of 3 kaiju and its signature Cobra strike, Tacit Ronin carved its place in history before being decommissioned. Victory Alpha. Victory Alpha, another Japanese titan of unknown mark classification, bore the rugged grace of Tacit Ronin's design but with broader, battle-hardened features. Its double-jointed arms wielded dual energy weapons, sparking beneath its wrists, primed for close-quarters incineration. With ventilation ports on its shoulders and outward curved armor, it was built to strike hard and fast without hesitation. Echosaber. Echosaber, a Mark IV Jaeger, once stood tall at the Tokyo Shatterdome before its closure in 2024. Though little is known about its combat history, its advanced classification suggests a highly capable and modern Jaeger, representative of Japan's evolving Jaeger engineering prowess. South Korea. Nova Hyperion. From South Korea comes Nova Hyperion, a sleek Mark IV marvel stationed at the Vladivostok Shatterdome until 2024. Piloted by Pang So-yi and An Yuna, both former Olympic fencing prodigies, Nova Hyperion was precision-built for dueling-style combat. With speed, balance, and blade-centric tactics, it brought Olympic fencing agility to the brutality of war. Australia. Striker Eureka. From Australia comes Striker Eureka, the pride of the continent and the only Mark V Jaeger ever built. Designed to guard Australia's vast coastline, it was the most advanced and last Jaeger constructed before the end of the Kaiju War in 2025. Sleek, fast, and deadly, Striker Eureka was made for aggressive, frontline combat. Its most iconic weapons were the 4.211 brass knuckles, crafted from a temperature-resistant brass-steel alloy wrapped around each finger joint, ideal for brutal close-quarters takedowns. But it wasn't just fists doing the talking. Mounted on its chest, the WMB-2X90 anti-kaiju missile launcher housed 6 rotating barrels and 18 K-stunner warheads, each capable of vaporizing a kaiju with pinpoint accuracy. Tango Tasmania. Also hailing from Down Under, Tango Tasmania was one of the earliest Mark I Jaegers, constructed not in Australia but in Anchorage, Alaska, a nod to the international effort behind early Jaeger manufacturing. Though little is known about its missions, Tango Tasmania met its end at the hands of an unclassified kaiju, joining the list of early defenders who held the line during humanity's first desperate years. Vulcan Specter. Vulcan Specter, a Mark III Jaeger, stood shoulder to shoulder with Striker Eureka at the Sydney Shatterdome until 2024. Less celebrated, but no less vital, Vulcan Specter was built for endurance and resilience, designed to sustain heavy damage and keep fighting. It helped hold back waves of kaiju before the tide of war turned, becoming a silent sentinel in Australia's fight for survival. Canada. Chrome Brutus. Chrome Brutus is a Mark III Jaeger from Canada, stationed at the Anchorage Shatterdome until its shutdown in 2024. This Jaeger stands out in the PPDC fleet with its unconventional hunchback design. Its short, double-jointed legs support a massive torso that conceals both the reactor and con pod. Instead of a traditional head, Chrome Brutus features a sensor pod brimming with optical, infrared, and radar systems, an intentional design to enhance visibility in the harsh northern climates. This unique placement not only boosts battlefield awareness, but also increases pilot survival rates by acting as a decoy cockpit in the heat of battle. Mexico. Matador Fury. Matador Fury, a Mark III Jaeger from Mexico, has one of the grittiest stories in the PPDC arsenal. Piloted by 2 ex-convicts who were promised freedom for one final deployment, Matador Fury was more than just a war machine. It was redemption in motion. During the Kaiju War, this powerful Jaeger took heavy damage and was eventually destroyed, its remains lost to the eerie depths of Oblivion Bay. Though its service was short-lived, its presence echoed the determination and desperation of a world fighting back. Brazil. Puma Real. Puma Royale is a Mark II Jaeger built for Panama, but largely associated with Brazil due to its operations across South America. Housed in the Panama City Shatterdome until 2024, Puma Real came equipped with powerful offensive tools for tearing through kaiju. It was powered by a nuclear reactor with upgraded radiation shielding and armed with retractable claws, plasma buzzsaws at the wrists, early versions of Gipsy Avenger's swords, and shoulder-mounted AKM missiles, a prototype to Striker Eureka's heavy weaponry. Its legacy is one of experimentation, paving the way for more advanced armaments for future Jaegers. Spain. Eden Assassin. Eden Assassin is one of the tallest Mark II Jaegers ever constructed, originally Russian in make but operated under the Spanish banner. Stationed in the Vladivostok Shatterdome alongside Cherno Alpha and Amonkira's Saber, it was piloted by childhood friends Aden and Sarah. With 5 deployments and 2 confirmed kaiju kills, Eden Assassin brought towering reach and strength to the battlefield. Its height allowed for powerful sweeping strikes, making it an intimidating presence in any coastal defense scenario. Italy. Diablo Intercept. Diablo Intercept, a Mark II Jaeger from Italy, was the first of its class after the retirement of the Mark I series in 2015. Assembled and housed in the Lima Shatterdome in Peru, it formed part of the Lima Strike Group alongside Solar Prophet and Matador Fury. Diablo Intercept was specifically tasked with defending South America's sprawling coastlines, from Medellin to Patagonia. While its design remained relatively traditional, its place in history marked a turning point for the PPDC's transition into the second generation of Jaegers. Norway. Solar Prophet. Solar Prophet, a Mark II Jaeger representing Norway, was built in Peru and deployed as part of the Lima Strike Group. As the second Mark II Jaeger to follow Diablo Intercept, it played a vital role in defending the same coastal stretch across South America. With improved armor and balanced capabilities, Solar Prophet was built for both endurance and mobility. Together with its sister Jaeger, it maintained the northern and southern edges of the Lima perimeter, standing tall in a region where the kaiju threat remained persistent. United Kingdom, Brawler Yukon. Brawler Yukon stands as a historic relic in Jaeger history, hailing from the UK. It was the very first prototype Jaeger constructed and the first ever deployed in battle during the onset of the Kaiju War. Built as a Mark I, Brawler Yukon engaged in combat against the Kaiju Karloff in Vancouver in 2015. Unlike its successors, it didn't boast a humanoid frame. Instead, its short legs supported a massive, hunched torso with thick, dome-shaped shoulder armor. Its long, slender arms ended in brutal, blade-like weapons designed for close-range combat. Missile pods mounted on its back could launch a barrage of mortars into the sky, raining destruction down on its enemies. Though primitive in design, Brawler Yukon laid the foundation for every Jaeger that followed. Greece, Horizon Brave. From Greece comes Horizon Brave, a Mark I Jaeger originally constructed in China and launched in late 2015. This Jaeger carved out its legacy with 2 confirmed kaiju kills before falling in battle in Lima. Horizon Brave's key features were its shoulder-mounted cryo-cannons, powerful enough to freeze kaiju in their tracks and enhance its melee strikes with icy precision. Its signature attacks, the Sub-Zero Sucker Punch and Flash Freeze, made it a tactical asset in early kaiju engagements. Like all Mark Is, it was powered by a nuclear reactor, giving it the raw strength needed to brawl with the best of them. New Zealand, Lucky 7. New Zealand's entry into the Jaeger roster is Lucky 7, an enigmatic warrior of unknown mark classification. It marked the first Jaeger assignment for a former RAAF pilot and was deployed in Hong Kong during one of the war's many chaotic phases. Though not much is known about its specs or weaponry, what's clear is its courage. Lucky 7 confronted a kaiju straight from the breach in a mission that would ultimately claim the Jaeger's life. Despite its mysterious profile, Lucky 7 remains a symbol of New Zealand's bold contribution to the global defense effort. And those were every country's Pacific Rim Jaeger explained. What are your thoughts? Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these deep dives and strange lore. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.